Well, I've left the barn for the day. It was a miserable, rotten cold. It wasn't super cold, but it's going to get cold tonight. Poured rain all through the night. Rain, misted in the morning. When I got there, James said, we called it off today. Usually I'd be like, it's not raining that bad. But with the horses trying to get over the virus, a couple of them still with a touch of virus, yeah, it's fine to give them a day off today. Some of them I have to go with tomorrow in anticipation of Saturday. Now, obviously you give horses 2 days off. You don't want to go out and work them hard the next day. That's just stupid. But these horses aren't working hard right now anyway. They're just learning how to do their work. So most of the horses I want to go with tomorrow. A couple of trotters are getting trotting hobbles put on. Now, I always end up saying this, but for horsemen out there, there may be a lot of horsemen don't like putting the hobbles on them early. And for us, it's quite simple. I'm asking and expecting them to do their work at the best of their ability right now. For some reason, if they can't, we need to find out why and start working away at that. We've had 2 or 3 horses fluoroscoped to see how they're, to see if there's anything wrong. All 3 passed with flying colors. Fashion Presidente, Columbus, and the hell's that horse's name? Amy's horse, Sippin' on My Shine. Only because Sippin' on My Shine was over on the right shaft. I just thought he was touching a little bit. He was. There's nothing wrong with him. Columbus was acting up. He just needs to be gelded, I think, more than anything. And then Fashion Presidente was making breaks. Now, he's going to be one of those Donatos that you're going to have to put a lot of weight on him, and then we will put the hobbles on him. And then as he gets better at it and better at it, you can start backing those hobbles off, letting them out, backing the weight off of him. And then hopefully, eventually, where it happens with a lot of the ones in previous years, Path of Totality and other horses, we can either take them off or try to take them off. But that's where we're at with those horses. So those are the types of horses I want to go with tomorrow on Tuesday. The reason I want to go Tuesday, Wednesday I'm going to be in Ohio. As I said jokingly in my email, last week wasn't a super busy week. This week is. We had the open house. We'll talk about that in a minute. But we have a number of horses we're trying to prep and get ready. Now, they can't seem to find the Coggins 4 rows above it. Now, as I thought about it, I know where they're at. They're in Pennsylvania in Tim Twaddle's office. The problem being, they may be over 6 months old, because keep in mind, we came over here in March, April, May. The Coggins to draw health papers on are cut off at 6 months. You have to get new ones after 6 months. Never dawned on me. I just said he's in the States. We brought him over. For sure he's got Coggins. That may not be the case. So, and now that I say it out loud, I have to check the date on the ones from Prairie Fire also. So I know Twinbee Habaneros are fine because he came over in the summer, but those 2 colts in particular, the Coggins have to be 6 months. If they're outside of 6 months, you have to draw new Coggins. Probably, they might be able to get them back for tomorrow. Or for Wednesday, they might be able to. So if we get the Coggins back, we can get the health papers done quite quickly. Our objective here is to bring tomorrow, Steve and I don't know why he agreed to it. I'm happy he did. I'm going to slide over to Northfield Park tomorrow. Wednesday morning, I got to wake up, train a bunch of horses. There's got to be 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 horses to train that I want to go with myself on Wednesday morning. When I'm done going with those horses on Wednesday morning, I think Jason said I'm the backup on our girl, My Jazz, out of the 8-hole. It'll be another training trip for Wednesday. So My Jazz out of the 8-hole. If I don't have to drive her, great. If I do, it's not the end of the world. Just means I'll have a quick bite of lunch. I'll be off the track by 7. I'll be back in Ontario by 11:30 at night, which won't be a problem. Wednesday, when I'm gone, the rest of the horses that have been doing their work very well will go in sets in sort of training miles here in preparation for the open house. Now, speaking of the open house, we are having some lingering weather issues. I'm looking at the forecast for Saturday. The rain isn't a big deal. There's a chance of rain in the morning. We can get through with the chance of rain. What we can't get through is the chance of 29 to 40, up to gusts of 42 kilometer an hour winds. That's a problem. So Friday there's no wind, but it's just not that easy. This isn't just a training day. Now, granted, the same amount. We won't obviously have the same amount. We're touting this as a virtual open house again. Sure, some clients are going to show up, and we won't have as many Friday for Saturday for sure. But the whole point is to put on this production for you guys. And is there going to be less production value in doing it on Saturday or Friday? That's a Curtis question. That's a Kelly question. It's not an Anthony question. So I've reached out to Kelly and Curtis, asking them for some direction on this and what their thoughts are. My take on it is simple. The only other viable day that you could do this open house on would be Friday. So this is something that's ongoing behind the scenes also. There's going to be very little production value to have the drone flying all over the place and not getting a look at your horses. That's really what it's all about. Sure, it's nice to have the production and, you know, Bill and my father and other people talking and having the whole open house experience. But a major component of that is the horses. So we're working on this behind the scenes. We'll see what we come up with. We'll see if the weather changes. It's changed like 5 times in the last 10 days. So we'll see if it changes again. Maybe those lower winds will be relegated to Saturday. If the closer we get to Saturday, I don't know. So we are looking into this. Now, a number of people also messaged me last night and said, Anthony, I thought you were claiming a horse in the claiming series. Some of my partners, we had the group filled up. It was simple. I watched the first elimination, which was race 5. First division, which was race 5. I did like that horse, Classic Pro, and I almost pulled the trigger on him, but he's a little bit older horse. He's been through a number of burns. I just didn't know if that's what we were looking for, and we opted not to claim him, and he absolutely crushed them in 52-4. Now I'm looking at that. We're in race 11. I'm looking closer at his lines. I've already talked to the people that have had him before. I've already talked to the people that have driven him. I know about the horse, and the horse in question was Panther Time. But he had allowance. It was a $34,000 bill to be paid to claim him, not $27,000, $34,000, which was a lot, especially when he's losing 25% of that $34,000 in 3 weeks. And the allowance will be gone when he changes from a 4-year-old to a 5-year-old. So these are all things rattling around in my head. I think the ultimate mitigating factor of the whole thing was the fact that Classic Pro just looked so damn good, right? We had to pay top dollar plus allowance for a horse to beat a horse that I don't know if he can beat. So it was, I left it up to Lauren also. I said, hey, watch the horse warm up. Tell me what you think. She texted me. She goes, I don't know. He's small. I don't like the way this horse looks. I said, okay, no problem. We don't claim him then. So we had the check. We had the money. We were pulling the trigger. And I walked the pack. I said, nope. You might ask yourself why you're getting a car wash on a rainy day. It's simple. It's going to freeze tonight. I'm going directly home, and it's going to sit in the driveway till I go to Mohawk tonight. Why isn't this working? It's not reading my RFID reader properly. That's better. So, I just simply said no. I simply said we weren't going to claim the horse, and I didn't. So that's where we left it with Panther Time. Good luck to the people that own him right now in the final. He was almost ours, not yours, but ultimately just too many moving parts in the operation, and it was a lot of money plus allowances. And truthfully, I think the nail in the coffin was Classic Pro's victory and how good he actually looked. So we do have a lot of things still going on. We are actively looking for horses still, the right horses for us, and we do have the claiming series in Ontario coming up. I will talk to all of you very, very soon. It is a miserable Monday here, but it's about to be a great Monday. Hopefully, we got 7 Indigo today all over the place. Take care.